Yo, what's up? This is episode 8 of the Really Kick It podcast. And as usual, I want to start with some love, saying thank you to everybody who liked, shared, subscribed. I got 3 topics today, but I want to start off, man. It's been so much, the commenting, the shares, the DMs, to the support, everybody saying keep going, man. That shit is powerful to me, man. Because I ain't know how long this was going to be able to bubble before it really started picking up steam, and it's picking up steam already. And I thank my brother Sean Doyle and Ty Black off the rip, man, for coming through and sitting down with me, getting these stories out, as well as helping me to build what I'm trying to build here. Today, I got 3 topics, man. One of them being Juelz Santana, man. What the fuck is up with Juelz Santana, man? He out here looking bad. I don't think I've seen Juelz as a fly dude since he stopped dressing like Jim. Like, he looked crazy. His mouth looked crazy. His style looked crazy. The things that he pushing is crazy. Like, he don't know what to do with himself. This week, I seen a podcast with him when he was trying to teach how to tie a bandana, how to fold the bandana. He been rich for about 20 years, man. Got to be longer than that, probably 25. And he can't teach financial literacy. He can't teach you nothing about how to gain or retain no money, but he telling you don't need to read. On a podcast, he said kids don't need to read because they could listen to books. I'm starting to think these rappers is trying to be part of the problem. They ain't telling you to get no smarter. Everything is get money, but what to do with the money? Because he had money all his long time and had a house foreclosed soon as he went to jail. Used to have all the cars. He don't show them cars no more, do he? Like, it's a lot that come along with being fans of these doofuses. Like, these dudes are straight idiots, and they not even trying to, like, put a mask on it. Like, they straight stupid. I see why they hate Hove. Hove touched down and he had grown man talking. He talking about financial literacy and putting shit together. These dudes, they just want to rap. They don't know nothing about business. How a dude that say you don't need to learn how to read was complaining about a bad contract? Think about that. He had a bad contract, right? He ain't know what was in his contract, but years later, he telling young dudes you don't need to learn how to read. I think dudes need more than just reading. You ever tell your homeboy to write something one day and watch the chicken scratch that come out of his hand. It ain't even legible. You don't know what he talking about. He got to tell you what he talking about. This nigga writing shorthand with emojis and all that out his hand, though. Like, you being lazy out your hand. I remember the first time I think it was Lil Wayne writing. Like, one of his raps wrote it down or something he jotted. Chicken scratch. These are the leaders. When we look at the black community, we look at these rappers as leaders. Why? Because they got money. Worried about the money, you're going to end up praising a sucker every time. Because you're going to have to look past a lot to be like, hey, he's stupid. Or what, he beat his bitch. He do all these foul things you got to look past to be like, yo, but he got money, though. Puff be home soon. And they going to treat him like a king because he got money, though. I don't care what time he got, I still know what I know. That's the morality part, man. And he claimed Harlem too. So I'm thinking this is a Harlem thing. Harlem is just gone to shit over the years, man. Harlem used to be cool, stylish, and all that. Brooklyn took it, man. I'm just going to jump out there and say it, man. Brooklyn done took it. Because I don't see nobody from Brooklyn praising those suckers. I don't see nobody from Brooklyn misleading the kids. You got Mano and them, even they done got it together. Fab on the podcast. We talking about saving the kids and things of that nature. Getting better as adults. That's what we talk about in Brooklyn, man. I don't know what's going on across that bridge. Cam and May sat down with Max B. First of all, man, Max B been home for a little while now, and he ain't told nobody family that he feels sorry or well, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what I think he should say, but I think he should say something. And I think he should be telling, being that he old as hell, he should be telling these kids to stay away from situations like the one that ended up with him in jail for 75 years. Now, they say they got paperwork on Max snitched on somebody. I don't know about all that yet. But when it come out, I report it. Because y'all know that's what I do. I'm always going to point out the sucker shit. But I seen Cam and May sit down with Charlie Rambo, and they ain't asked him nothing that could serve these kids. But they telling them about new music. Who y'all think going to listen to this new music? I was out here the first time. He wasn't. Max B is like Young Jock. That's who Max B was. Meet Me in the Club is going down. Like, he had songs, but these songs wasn't bangers. Ain't nobody need to listen to them. They was cool for the time that they was in. What y'all think he coming home to do? He the perfect person that was supposed to come home and tell you, listen, stay away from this, don't do this. But nah, he want to come home, joke and laugh and tell all these stories. And nah, man, you humanize them by telling that story. I need to hear the intricacies of that story. I need to hear how you turned 75 into 17. I want to hear all of that. I want to hear the cautionary tale part of it. I don't want to laugh and joke. Bro, you just came home from sending somebody to rob somebody and clip somebody in a hotel. There's 2 other people that's still in jail behind that. I don't even think he said nothing about them yet. How they feel that he just get to come out here and move on. Listen, man, I don't know. As some of these dudes get older, man, they become more mature, more insensitive. With great power comes great responsibility. Even if you don't want, as soon as you turn on this camera and you got mass appeal, you got to stand for something because people are watching. It can't be all idiocy at all times. It can't be that. Yeah, we could laugh and joke, but there has to be something there again, I don't even know what to call. I don't even know what I want to hear from them, but I know I want to hear something different than what they're putting out. Because I listen to what they putting out. I'm tuned in like everybody else. I see what's going on, but I'm like, something missing. It's nothing there. There's no substance there. Yeah, y'all could laugh and joke because y'all are friends. Even when you see me laugh and joke with my friends, there's some substance there. We could do all the BS and off the camera. We could do that all day. But what's the point of having that conversation on camera if it ain't nothing there more than what y'all would be doing in front of each other? Who is that for? Seeing Jewel sit on that couch and fold the bandana, that did something to me, man. That did something to me because we had a point where everybody should, at that age, should be getting away from gangbanging and giving information to these kids that could keep them out of the streets, and he telling them how to crease their bandanas. Who does that serve? What is that for? Why does he think we care? That's the biggest part of it. Like, why do you, out of all the things, tell me how to invest some money. He probably can't because he can't read. So he don't trust nobody with his money to make no investments. So this is why he about to do the Dame Dash podcast run. It's getting crazy when Dame Dash was out here doing all the stupidness for Harlem. And then Harlem jumped out here and was like, nah, we got more than that. You got Jay Mills back out here battle rapping, talking about his career with the Bro, we saying you, it was all right. It was all right, but the arguments that the people are having, like, what is it all for? If they don't respect your resume, then add to your resume. That means you ain't doing nothing that's current. If they telling you to update your resume, just do so. That's it. Nobody can live in the past, man. What I ate yesterday ain't gonna stop me from starving tomorrow at all, man. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep. Harlem is down bad, man. Harlem is down bad. And I don't think they even realize it. Because everybody just think they so cool. But when it's men looking at this, see, kids is going to see it one way. They going to be superficial with it. But a grown man is like, what the hell am I looking at, man? I wasted an hour of my life looking at that for what? I ain't learned nothing. It wasn't nothing beneficial in there that I might could tell somebody. A lot of it don't even be funny, to tell the truth. They just be, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna be ignorant, let's be ignorant. But then we had to pick another platform that ain't YouTube, because if I'm gonna be ignorant, I want to be free. We're gonna need a paywall for that kind of ignorance. But on this one right here, man, I want to question everything I see that is going on. I seen Summer Walker, right? A story about Summer Walker, right? And this is another one about like relationships, loosely about relationships. Summer Walker has been linked to a bunch of people, right? That she's had relationships with. She got kids, like in relationships. I don't even listen to Summer Walker, but I know that because every now and again it'll pop up in the feed and you can't miss it. So this week it pops up that Rich the Kid has been beaten off and on 3-4 times a year. And I'm lost because she been in relationships with everybody but Rich the Kid. They taking all these pics together, they in love and all this other shit. And one day she just pick up the phone and be like, yeah, I'm boning Rich the Kid. I've been boning Rich the Kid 2 or 3 times off and on for how long? I think a lot of people want polyamory but don't know how to approach it. That's what I think. I think everybody want more than one person. That's the conclusion I'm coming to, seeing what's going on out here. Because ain't nowhere in the world no man is cool with that. No man is cool with that. If you come to me talking about I got to be monogamous and I find out that you getting your wings clipped 3 times a year by somebody that ain't me, but you preaching monogamous to me, I think that's crazy. Because it's always the women saying that the men ain't shh. The men is lying. The men is doing all this behind the curtain backdoor shh. And she just pop out and say that, and the women is on her side. The women ain't even like, yo, you a hoe, that's wrong. Nah, they fought for her. Just like they fought for Cardi with the Stephon Diggs thing. It's a lot going on for both men and women, man. It's a lot of information. I always call it information. I'm always going to tell you that everything that happens is information. What you take from it, what you extract from it is on you. Like, we could watch the same thing and get 2 different messages because we watching for different reasons. When I see grown men talk, I'm tuning in to see grown men talk. I'm tuning in to see the views of grown men. So if I'm not getting that, then I feel shorted. I feel slighted. Because I know what could be said when y'all saying all this other shh. You hear me? I know what could be said. Instead of Juelz telling you how to fold the bandana, Juelz could have told you how he lost X amount of money, right? Cautionary tale. Juelz could have told y'all how he was drugging and lost his teeth and all that. Cautionary tale. But instead, he used that time to tell you you don't need to read. Come on, man. We got to start thinking about who we look at as cool. We got to start thinking about what is cool. We got to start thinking about what's cool for us to be doing. And that's an individual thing. That's something that's on you. That's something that's in you. You know who you want to be. You know who you're trying to be. So when you see these things, you got to know, like, damn, that's corny. You got to learn to identify corny. If you don't learn to identify corny, you're going to fuck around and end up corny. And that ain't what you want to do. Listen, man. Here at the Really Kick It podcast, man, I'm trying to bring you 2 things. I'm trying to bring you cautionary tales, and I'm trying to bring you success stories from the urban environment. Not so much celebrities, but they celebrities to me. I think people understand where I'm going with it because I seen the comments. We didn't had the conversations, and I love the support. You understand? Because the support is what made me be like, damn, I got to book another this, or I got to talk to this person, or I got to reach out to this person. And a lot of people that I was like pump faking, like, damn, I don't know if I want to hit them people. All of them said yes. See, I was in my mind. I was in my own way about this thing, thinking it was more complicated than I told the people what I was trying to do, and the people say, yeah, that's I'm cool with that. I'll come sit across from you and tell their life stories, because that's what I'm bringing them for, because their stories can inspire you. Their stories could be the reason you know it's more to do than what you're doing. Back in the day, we had this saying, it was a cop-out really, saying all we saw was drug dealers, so we ain't know how to be nothing else. And it was partly true, but like I said, it's partly a cop-out. So if I'm showing you lawyers now and authors and movies and playwrights and things of that nature, you know you could be all of those. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to let you know. I ain't telling you how to fold the bandana. I ain't telling you don't need to know how to read. I'm telling you, you not only need to know how to read, but you need to know how to comprehend what you're reading. Because reading comprehension, you could read all day. People out here talking about they speed reading and all that. Ask them what they read. Ask them what is that page about. They don't know, but they read it though. That part could be true. But they don't know what they read because they ain't comprehend, because the job was reading fast, not comprehend. We need to get our penmanship back. We need to start writing a script again. Like, I'm with all of that. Like, I'm with the progression, but we got to go back to basics on a lot of stuff. All these people trying to make it easy for you, telling you what you ain't got to do. Look at the life they living for real, man. Next time Joel's tell you what to do and he try to give life advice, look dead in his mouth. Look dead in his mouth. That ain't what you want to be. That ain't where you want to be. Joel's was supposed to be one of the biggest rappers out of New York City. At one point, everybody looked at Joel's and said, oh, he's the next to go. Nope. Why? Because he can't read. So he had a bad contract. He ain't know what was in his contract. Listen, man, it's all about information with me. If I got the information, I'm going to give it. And if I know it's some dumb I ain't giving it to you. That's for me. I just cuddle with that. My nonsense is my nonsense. I ain't trying to pass it to you. I ain't trying to legitimize it. I ain't trying to make it cool. Those are things I'm working through. And when I get through it on the other side, then I tell my story. Listen, I went from not knowing this to I know this. Now I could get his story, because now it's useful to you. But me being an idiot is not useful to you in any way. I have some podcasts that I got lined up, some phenomenal women, right? I got some brothers that I'm just now linking with who in the same vein, doing the same thing that I'm doing. I got one or two of them lined up, and I got some cautionary tales. Some brothers that did significant amounts of time that are out here doing extraordinary things now, back in their community, back being progressive, not in the streets, and they got a story to tell. I'm going to keep looking for these people. I'm going to keep platforming these people. I'm going to keep doing this as I'm doing this, sitting in front of the camera by myself to deliver the way I'm delivering now. And I'm also going to have another component where we're going to have the reaction videos, right? I'm telling you about all this because people bought in. It's some people that bought in. The subscribers went up and all that. I want to let you know what I'm doing. Because in the first couple episodes, I say 1 through 5, I was telling you who I am, how I'm rocking, what I believe in. Then I brought you some brothers that I think are motivational. So that means I'm hitting all my cues. I'm getting comfortable behind this camera. I'm getting comfortable with the adding in with my partner. We figuring this thing out. And as we figure it out, it's going to continue to grow, and it's going to continue to grow, and we're going to incorporate a lot of things with a lot of new people, and we're going to try to bring new shows and like a network feel to this thing. because we know a lot of talented people. Most of them is looking at this. A lot of people hit me as soon as they found out I had the resources to do this here. They started hitting me. But this right here is streamlined. I know what I'm doing with this already. So what I told the brothers, because if I could bring people in and they have consistency, we grow together. We grow together. The rising tide raises all ships, right? That's how the saying goes. So I'm trying to be the rising tide. It's some ships that's already up, and they pulling me up with them. Y'all gonna see that over time. We having conversations. We linking. We programming with everybody, man. Long as we going all in the same direction, trying to do the same thing. It won't be no bumping heads. It won't be no distractions. There won't be no reason to not be consistent, because we about to live in the work. The work is about to be every day. Once we start to do what we really want to do, we're going to be in the streets. We're going to have the camera in your face, and we looking for everybody great and everybody trying to be great. And that's the mission. In the future, right? Because I was asked by my brother Sean Doyle, and he caught me off guard because it's something I never contemplated. What do I want this to be in 3 years? And he kind of caught me off guard. He kind of caught me off guard, but I had to roll with it. We was filming. Listen, I pivoted. But everything I told him is accurate. And now we're in the process of planning for everything that I said, because 3 years will be here before you know it. It was just 2020. We were just locked in the house for 2 years. I don't even remember that. Some days, like, it was a blur. All I remember is after that pandemic, my job paid me a lump sum of money that was great. That's all I remember about the pandemic now that I think about it. But listen, man, I'm just appreciative that everybody tuned in. Everybody gave some feedback on what we're doing, because I'm still accepting constructive criticism. But what I'm not doing is taking that from people who not doing nothing. If you never tried nothing, don't be disrespected when I tell you, listen, man, I got this. Because I'm trying. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm putting my time up, and I'm putting my sweat equity into building this. So if you ain't never did nothing but got all the ideas in the world, I'm going to tell you, listen, man, you go ahead and do you. And that's not no disrespect, but now ain't the time for that. That ain't what we on. I'm on a mission here, and that mission will be executed come hella high water, because this is what I'm passionate about now. I know it could be real. I volunteered for my other brothers' foundations. I've been a part of other people's campaigns. Now I'm campaigning. And that's not to detract anything from them. My brothers are still doing the work. I'm always going to help them and be useful to them where I can. And I will hope that they do the same for me. Because all I'm trying to do is build a web. We ain't claiming no enemies, man. I wake up every morning and I don't claim enemies. That ain't what we on. That ain't what I'm talking about. It's all peace. It's all positivity at this time. And it's all progress. Anybody trying to be progressive, we riding with. Now, we got some, I don't even want to get into that. I don't want to drop that on y'all, man. It'll be on the site soon, though. We got a campaign coming. Less big homies and more mentors. When you see it, know what we saying. That's going to be the mantra, and it stands for something, man. We doing away with all the street shit, and we trying to lead these kids toward being better than we are. Because that's all this is. We trying to be stepping stones for the future. All the information we know, we're going to impart on them. That way they'll have it young, and they could impart it on whoever else, mixed with what they got on their journey. I've had some profound conversations about what it would look like to police ourselves in the community. And I've thought long and hard about that, man, because that's going to take some accountability from not only the kids, but the parents of the kids. When your kid is out there shooting and all that, you got to come outside and you can't say, well, he ain't did nothing to nobody. Listen, man, you don't know him. You don't know that boy, man. I see a lot of challenges being accepted on the internet, but nobody is accepting the challenge of raising your kids wholeheartedly every day. Because if you put a gap in raising your kids, you will have a kid that you don't know. You'll have a kid that you don't know, and that's not the goal for anybody. Know your kids, know the program that you running for them, and have them follow your program, man. You're a parent until your kid is 18, and it still don't stop there. They still gonna need you, but your program is the only program that's supposed to be running until that kid is 18. The mother and the father. That's what I want to see in the community. Because when I have these conversations, people don't feel like they down. I mean, like they can't get up because they were born down. They were born in certain circumstances. They don't see the end, the end of light, the end of the tunnel. They don't see a light. They don't see a way out. They don't see anything getting better. I've been there. And I worked through it. I can't even say I worked through it. I was erratic and had to go sit down for some time. And when I sat down for some time, that gave me time to think. And even after I was released, I was still being an idiot because I came back to the same environment and was around the same people, right? But I learned while I was in jail. I learned a lot. I learned a tremendous amount about me, about the world, about being black, about solidarity, about us. And I came home and was a buffoon again. Why? Because people looked at me a certain way. In a lot of ways, I felt I couldn't change. But then as I started pulling away from people because I didn't have reason to be around certain people. Like I had outgrown certain people and I was forcing myself to stay around them because I knew them. And no, you got to go find what's for you. You outgrow people. It's conversations I don't even want to have no more with certain people. It's certain conversations people want to have with me that we never gonna have. Because for what? I done moved on. I done made peace with it. And I've created a life that has nothing to do with that conversation that you want to have. And that's a part of your maturation. You're going to get older. You're going to mature. You're going to see things different. And when you start seeing things different, man, you got to move different. This right here is me moving super different. I was a recluse. Nothing was coming to me. Nothing happens in the house. I had a job, but nothing else. It wasn't nothing happening. Came outside, people happy to see me. People want to do things with me. People want to partner up. All that happens outside. So what I did is put this morality that I've got from being an older man in effect. And now I'm saying who's gravitating toward my conversation now. Because my conversation before was that of a kid. This is the conversation of a man. Talking about the future, talking about sacrificing, talking about what you got to do to get where you say you want to be. That's the conversation of a man. Saying you want to do something and not just saying you want to do it, but putting action behind it. That's what a man does. Learning to be a man is something you're going to do whether you have a man teaching you or it just happens, but it's going to happen. There's no getting around. You're going to have to pay bills. You're going to have to be relied upon when you start having kids. These things are going to happen. So what I'm telling you is make the preparations to be prepared to do all of those things now. The time ain't going to go nowhere. Everything you think you missing out on right now, I guarantee you it'll still be there when you're 40. It'll still be there when you're 40. You're not missing out on nothing. Do what you got to do now. If you a baller, put the time in. Get in the gym. If you trying to get smarter, hit the books. Nothing happens by chance. Let me not say that, because you can't get lucky sometimes. But can't nobody bet on getting lucky. It just happens. But what you can do is be the opposite of lucky and be prepared. Being prepared will make life a lot easier for you. And that's not for information for a man or a woman. That's information for everybody. Every gender, every age. 5 P's. Proper performance prevents poor performance. I learned that playing for the Renegades back in the day. That's the first time I heard that. And it's still with me to this day, because it ain't never been wrong. And that's what I'm saying. Learn these lessons young and keep them with you growing up, man, and you'll be better off. This one ain't even going to be long-winded because it is Thanksgiving. I got up early. Me and my boy, we got up early. We had to get one in. We ain't want to let the week go by, because you want to stay consistent and productive, right? So ain't no time off. We're going to keep giving you these slaps and lining up more slaps. That's all I've been doing, having the conversations with people, learning more about my friends, so I can have a conversation that plays out in front of this camera in a way that's informative for y'all, and the information is easy for people to receive. That's my goal. That's my mission. That's what I'm working on. You can always get in the comments and tell me what you think about what I'm saying, what you think about the people I platform. We looking for all of that, because we looking for the connectivity. We want this to be a forum. We don't want it just to be one way. Like I speak to y'all and y'all can't speak back. Nah, put it in the comments. And I don't even mean to, I just stepped on a nigga catchphrase and that, but for real, put it in the comments. Anything you got to say to me, man. And we'll talk about it on a pod. You know what? While I just said that, I want to go back, because I was in the comments the other day and I was talking about Bronny James on one of the other episodes. And they was telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. Bronny James got a guaranteed contract for $7 million, and I think he got 23 points for the season. Bronny James got 23 points more than I got sitting home on the couch, man. Don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, man. You could kick everybody off that team that ain't Luka, LeBron, or Austin Reeves. Tell me I don't know basketball now. Everybody else is interchangeable, man. Get Bronny up out of there, man. Send him to play with LaMelo Ball, where the kids can have fun, but ain't no pressure on them for winning. You could throw one-legged 3-pointers up and all that. Do your thing. Whatever you want to do, you could do, because it's empty. He got a bunch of empty points, a lot of turnovers. I think he got more turnovers than he got points. But they went in the comments and told me I don't know what I'm talking about. That means I'm going to have to start filtering some sports into this. That's what's going to have to happen. Because we need to talk about the Nico firing. We need to talk about Anthony Davis, street clothes. We need to talk about all that stuff in a real way. Because even though I'm pushing to the kids that this is all about positivity and all that, this is also about me just talking about these topics in a real way. In a real way. Because I ain't pulling no punches, man. I ain't really concerned about sitting down with a Dallas Maverick no time in the future. So I could be real as I want to about them. And I'm going to start weaving, and we going to figure out how to make this podcast an amalgamation of things I could be real about. Instead of just straight lining into we talking about the streets, or we talking about relationships, or we talking about this, we going to make it everything in one. Right? Because that's the normal conversation between me and my guys. Whether I'm talking to the young homies or whether I'm talking to the old homies, we talking like we in a barbershop. That's what we do. We shoot the shit over current topics. That's what we do. And that's what this is going to continue to be. And like I said, I ain't going to be long-winded. I'm going to tell y'all to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm not asking for money. These things are free. They take no time. Like, share, and subscribe. And if the content is ever something that you think is funny or it has information, or please share it. Please share it. That's how you're going to help us to grow this community. That's how I'm going to be able to continue to pay the platform, these people. Like, listen, man, we got it. We doing this 100% independent, and we going to keep the hits coming, man. Enjoy your Thanksgiving with your family. Love your people. And I hope everybody get home safe, had a great time with their family, and ain't nobody had to eat no raisins and no shit that raisins shouldn't go in. You hear me? And with that being said, man, happy Thanksgiving, man. Like I told y'all earlier in the episode, it's Thanksgiving. I ain't want to slack on the work, so I made sure to get something out there. We dropping this today. It's going to be one of them immediate ones, just to get something out there. I know you with the family. I know you chilling. You might be laid back with your pants open by now. Just turn us on, man. You know you ain't watching with the family watching anyway, so just go on your phone, put your headphones on, and tune in to the Realer Kick It podcast, man. Love. I hope everybody have a great day. Enjoy the great time with your family. And let's get back to it. Back to work soon. 1.